How's it going, everybody? This is Brian Calvi at the Finca de Vida TV show. And today we're going to talk about fasting. My wife right now is embarking on a 1-week fast. I just finished up a 7-day fast. And our guest Tom just finished a 7-day fast. Now, for those of you that don't know about fasting, I just kind of want to explain a little bit about it. First of all, I'm talking about water fasting. There's juice fasting, which is great, but right now we're going to specifically talk about water fasting. What fasting is simply resting the digestive tract. And food is energy, right? Everything's energy. The air, water, earth, sun, food creates energy. But food is the only one that it requires energy to create energy. And what I mean by this is digestion. Digestion takes about 75% of the body's energy reserves. So over time, even if you're eating a very strict raw food diet, the body slowly but surely wears out because it has to use energy in order to process food. So that's what fasting is all about. Just giving your body a rest. So, in a fast, what is important to do? Because you're not getting food, you need to tap into what we call prana, or life force energy. In the Western culture, it's called life force energy. In the Eastern cultures, it's called prana, or chi, or ki. So the life force energy is, you want to pull it when you're fasting from the air, the water, the earth, and the sun. These four things require no energy to produce energy. You see what I'm saying? There's no digestion involved that takes 75% of your reserves. So these things during a fast are an absolute must. So what did I do during this week? First thing I did was I got up and I either sunbathed, there's the sun, or I sun gazed with a meditation technique where I breathe deep through the stomach and then up through the chakra channels of my body and then slowly back down. A deep, long, slow inhalation will actually create energy. So you're getting energy from the air and the sun. So sunbathing, you're getting the energy from the sun. Sun gazing, you're getting the energy from the sun and the air. What else did I do all 7 days of this water fast? I barefoot walked. Now, the earth resonates at about 9.6 hertz. If you think of the human body in terms of energy again, we're nothing more than electromagnetic circuits. So, by barefoot walking, what you're doing is you're getting those energies coming up through the reflex points of your feet. And that brings the energies up through the feet and stimulates the whole body. If you've ever researched and read about reflexology, you know what that can do. It actually can stimulate the whole body and actually heal it. So while you're fasting, it's very important to barefoot walk as much as you possibly can. Now, there's the earth. What else did I do? I bathed on this farm here at Finca de Vida. We have burst springs. Springs that pop out of the ground on our farm. So we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that there's no chemicals on the farm whatsoever with the water. So I barefoot walked down to our stream and I bathed in these natural stream waters. Now, it is one of the most alkalizing things to do to bathe in natural stream water. And of course, as we know, an alkaline blood disease cannot exist. It can only exist in acidic blood. So, there you have it. Sunbathing or sun gazing for the sun and air. Meditating. Deep inhalation, starting belly breathe, and then all the way up. Holding at the top of the breath for a few seconds. Slowly bringing it down. Holding at the bottom of the breath for a few seconds. There, over time, you'll start to derive energy from the air. Barefoot walking. You're deriving energy from the earth. and bathing in natural stream waters that aren't polluted. You're getting the prana or life force energy from the water. It's a must when you water fast to do this. Also, I was drinking the water from this natural stream, and that's very important too. And the natural streams, again, are alkaline forming. Things that I experienced during the fast, again, you'll have less symptoms, the nausea, vomiting, headaches. You'll have less of these symptoms the more you tap into this natural life force energy. The less you tap into it, the more detox problems that you're going to have. You know, it also obviously depends on your toxic load, but, you know, that's for another TV blog.
So Brian, let me ask you, how was your fast? How did you feel going through it? Because what I witnessed, well, I'll say what I witnessed after you answer.
I really didn't have much of a problem. I made sure I got up very slowly, because if you get up really quick, sometimes you can have head rushes, you get real dizzy, so you have to be careful with that. I made sure that when I walked around the farm, everything was slow. I just did everything. I took it easy, and I did everything at a much slower pace than I would normally do it. But as far as any major problems like nausea and vomiting, I really didn't have much. The symptoms I did have, which is typical, is I had just a little bit of a faster heart rate. Just a little bit of a faster heart rate, so I had to be careful. That's why you have to slow down when you fast. Other than that, I slept well. It was a 7-day water fast is an excellent renewal. It's not a 20-day, 30-day water fast that's just a deep cellular cleanse. But a long water fast, you can get into dangerous situations. I would highly recommend the 7-day fast, let's say at the change of every season. And it's very, very beneficial for anyone. 7-day fast, anyone could do. Again, based on your toxic load, you can have more symptoms than myself. I don't know. Everyone's a little bit different with this. I vomited one time at the end, the last day, that last morning. I vomited just a little bit.
Wow.
While sun gazing, actually, which the energy was pouring through me. I could feel it so strong. And my body just needed to pull out some toxins that, who knows, they could have been in there for years. Lord only knows. I've done crazy stuff all my life, so some things could still be in there. So it was amazing.
So, and really the reason I asked you that question, how did you feel, is because I saw you actually, you seemed like you were in good spirits and you were feeling pretty good through the majority of your 7 days, and I would credit that to the way you did pull in and draw from earth, sun, water, air.
This is an absolute must. And it's also an absolute must, to be honest with you, when people are raw foodists. When people even eat raw food. A lot of people don't do well on raw food, and they blame it on the raw food diet. But then I always ask them, how much sunbathing or sun gazing do you do? How much barefoot walking do you do? How much bathing in oceans or natural streams do you do? How much meditating do you do in order to get that energy from the air? And many of them say, no, just a little bit. So, life force energy is far more powerful than raw food, and they should be taken very seriously, and they should be done daily.
And they're critical too for healing. And we just spoke with a cancer patient, and during his first episode with the cancer, he did a lot of breath work, and he had really good results. And breath work is what he knew to turn to, but it's more than just the air, it's also the sun, the earth, the water.
It's very important. Very important. If you think about it, a tree, right? A tree derives its energy from the air, the earth, the water, and the sun, right? Human beings are no different. With time and with practice, you can pull a lot of energy from the air, earth, water, and sun. It's not just food. You don't just get your energy from food. And that's why fasting is such an unbelievable renewal. And so many people have gotten unbelievable results. Diseases just melting away with water fasting. Juice fasting's good too, but that'll be in another blog.
Okay. Well, thanks for sharing, and congratulations to you, Brian, and also to you, Tom, on your wonderful experiences this last week on your fast.